Good evening, class 5. Welcome to your online class. We are at the third day of the first chapter, Food and Health, and still now we have done the different types of nutrients, what are nutrients, and why nutrients are important for our body, and different names of the different body building food, protective food, and why they are known like that, and what are the importance of water and roughage. Today we are going to start with page 2, the balanced diet. To build a strong and healthy body, you need all the nutrients in the right amount. Now see, how shall I explain? Suppose you like to eat egg or maybe chicken, that we all like to, majority of us. But what will happen if we eat more and more protein? We leaving the vitamins and carbohydrates, everything. So what will happen? Some imbalance will occur in our body, isn't it? Because only the protein, though protein is very important for our body, just like carbohydrate, vitamins and minerals and all, but you are only eating protein, avoiding rice, avoiding potato, avoiding sugar and everything. So what will happen to you then? You are not eating the food in a proper amount, in a proper balance. So to make us understand, there is a different sorts of body or a health chart what must be maintained by each and everyone. To build a strong and healthy body, you need all the nutrients in the right amount. You cannot get all the nutrients from only one type of food. As I was telling, suppose you are only eating vitamins and minerals, lots of fruits you like, so only with the fruits you are continuing your days. But that is not possible. After some day you will feel sick, isn't it? And you will be unable to do work because there's an imbalance in your food chart. A diet that contains the right amount of all nutrients as well as water and roughage is called balanced diet. So when you are preparing your diet chart, there must be included water and roughage as well. Because, so what is a balanced diet? A diet that contains right amount of all nutrients. Now see, though you are eating different sorts of food, but you are unknown about the perfect diet chart. What should be a balanced diet? And so to keep it in a balanced way, you have to eat all types of foods. To make it easier for you to select a balanced diet, foods have been divided into four groups. So foods are being divided into 4 different groups. So how we will understand? We are laymen, we are not doctors, we are not dietitians. So how we will understand different sorts of food? We will understand it through following these different cereal groups. Cereal groups like rice, chapati, bread, noodles and so on contain carbohydrates and minerals. So cereal group, cereal means grain, we know. Grains, the food and the products which are coming from grains are called cereal group. See, rice, chapati, bread, noodles and so on contain carbohydrates and minerals. Next is vegetables and fruit group. Vegetables and fruit contains vitamins, minerals and carbohydrates. Milk product, that also we know very well, isn't it? Because milk product, page 3, milk product, milk group, what is that? Milk, cheese, curd and so on contain proteins, fats and minerals. So see, milk products are providing us with different fats and minerals and protein as well. See, milk, cheese, curd, all are made out of milk, isn't it? Milk is itself, and cheese, curd and milk products like sweets, different sorts of sweets, all are made out of the milk. So it contains protein, fats and minerals. Next is protein group. Meat, fish, egg and beans, nuts, peas and so on contain proteins and fat. So these sorts of food are providing us with protein. We all know meat, fish and egg. These 3 are very good example of the source of protein food. And along with that, beans, nuts and peas and so on, they are providing us with protein and fat. For a balanced diet, you have to eat food from each group every day. So after you keep this chart in front of you, you have to follow the diet chart. You have to eat all types of food what are there in these groups. Now next comes preservation of food. Now see, only eating of good foods will not means when we are telling it as a good food, when we are eating a healthy food, isn't it? Now how we are denoting it as a healthy food? Now food can deteriorate if you do not keep it properly. If you do not refrigerate it properly, it can deteriorate its health condition or nutrients, isn't it? Or when there's a cooking process going on, if there is overcooking, then the nutrients of the food will be destroyed. So that we have to keep it in mind. So that is the next part of the chapter, that is the preserving the nutrients in food. Often nutrients are lost because wrong method of used to cook or to store food. Now why and how the nutrients are losing? If it is kept in a wrong manner, or it is cooked in a different way or in a bad way. Okay, washing cut fruits or vegetables washes away some of the nutrients. So if you wash a cut fruit, or if you wash the vegetables, then it is going to release its nutrients through the water. Overcooking destroys several nutrients. Overcooking means if it is burnt or if it is overboiled, then the nutrients are being lost from inside. Cooking is excess water, and throwing away the water also removes nutrients. Now during boiling, when we are boiling, if it happens in every case, when we boil something, we have to leave some extra water, and when we are releasing this extra water, through the release of the water, some parts of nutrients are also being released. So there are different processes through which we can destroy the nutrients inside the food. How? What are the process? Through wrong method of cooking, using of or overboiling the food, or if we do not store the food properly, or if we wash fruits and vegetables when it is already cut. Okay, so through the washing of the with the help of water, the extra water is being released from the food, or the nutrients is also being released. Also, if we keep vegetables, fruits or cooked food for a long time, they start smelling bad, isn't it? Sometimes we have to keep, or we have to store food inside, and what do we see? That it is smelling bad, and then your mother used to say, no, we cannot eat it because the condition of the food is not, bad smell is coming out, isn't it? This is a sign that germs and molds have started growing on them. You will see some slippery, some materials are grown on the top surface of the food, and that means that it has been, the condition of the food is deteriorated. And just like mushroom and the when if you say stale bread, what you will see, greenish patches are there. These are all called mold, which are developed on destroyed food, and those who have destroyed their nutrients inside, and that indicates that the food is being spoiled. Eating food that is spoiled can cause food poisoning. We get stomach pain, we start vomiting due to the eating of bad food. Sometimes we eat street food. Nowadays we are not eating due to this coronavirus, and before that we used to eat fuchka and different sorts of spicy food, chaat and masala food, different sorts of food we used to buy from the roadside and from the streets, and we used to eat, and after that we have to face the stomach problem, vomiting problem, and these all are causing due to the food poisoning and other stomach problems. Food can be destroyed in refrigerator for a few days and in deep freezers for several weeks. So if you refrigerate, even if you refrigerate it, you keep it in a proper way, but it will destroy its original nutrients, isn't it? Because it is stored for a many days, long period of time. Then what will happen? It will destroy its nutrients. Other methods, now we will read about different methods of preservation of food. Number one is dehydration. Removing water, for example, to make dehydrate peas. So if we are seeing that the food is with many water, we will dehydrate, we will boil it and we will remove the extra water, so to keep it fresh for a longer period of time. Sweetening. If we add some sugar, sugar is a source of sweet we all know. So adding sugar, for example, to make jam or preserve fruits in sugar syrup. Suppose, excuse me, you want to preserve fruit for a long period of time. So what you have to do? You have to make a syrup of sugar, and then you can dip it inside it and to keep it fresh and very beautiful, very tasty. Next is salting. Adding salt, for example, to preserve fish. You see, when fish they are used to carry it from a long place, Andhra Pradesh or some different areas, different states, when they used to come on ice, big icebergs, and on that the salts are being spreaded. These salts help to preserve the ice, and the ice will preserve the fish inside. So even if we keep the fish for a long period of time, we used to sprinkle salt on it to keep it fresh. Even if we deep refrigerate it, still we used to sprinkle salt. Canning, for example, to preserve fruits and baked beans. So canning means when you are putting the food in a can and you are tightening its mouth. Pickling, adding preservatives. Pickling means when you are sprinkling some spices on it. And finally, adding preservatives such as vinegar or oil. So to keep some food very fresh, we are adding vinegar, or we can add oil to preserve it. So this is all for today. Next day, today we have learned the different why the food used to lose its nutrients, and how we can preserve the food for a longer period of time. And that also we have seen that if we keep a food properly for a long period of time, it can destroy its nutrients. So this is all about today. In the next class, we will start with different sorts of disease. Infectious and non-infectious, two different types of disease are there. We will slowly proceed with the chapter. Thank you.